Hey everyone,
Hello.
this is Delayed Till Green with
Freddie Green.
and Collin Delayed. Freddie, what movie did we see today?
Saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Colin.
The 2014 live-action remake.
Yeah. Well, cartoons. They're very loved among people.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much,
I kind of enjoyed the animated movie back in 2000.
it was a remake. It was this movie. It's, as everyone knows, it's the live-action remake of the beloved television show from the 90s, right? Were you a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you were a kid?
I didn't really watch it, no. I did kind of enjoy the animated movie TMNT that came out in like
2007.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good. But, I don't know.
Other than that, no.
What did you grow up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Colin?
I did not. I had nothing to. I have not watched any of it. This is my first time, so you could say this review is more from the non-fan base of it.
Yeah.
Alright, so tell us what's it about, Freddie.
It's about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, how they became. They kind of. I do know what the original story was about. It was turtles. They waddled through some toxic waste, and the rat was the karate master's martial artist's pet rat, Splinter. And this one they've kind of gone into a bit more like they were being experimented on. They're in the sewers, and the big crime organization going right now called the Foot. Yeah, it's called the Foot
Clan
because they step over.
It's the Foot Clan.
Society. Yeah. They've been like running the city for a while, and they start getting stopped by these vigilantes, which are known as the Turtles. And Megan Fox plays
April O'Neil.
April O'Neil, who's a reporter who's trying to follow them. And so they got to work together to stop this evil organization from doing some bad stuff that we're not going to say, just in case there's some loyalists out there.
Let's get into the actors who played the Turtles.
Okay.
Okay, so right now we have to do some research. We had Alan Ritchson. He played Raphael. We had Noel Fisher, who played Michelangelo. We had We had Johnny Knoxville as Leonardo, and we had Jeremy Howard as Donatello.
Yep. And so it's an alright cast because the Turtles are doing the voice. I think the Turtles were animated well.
I found it that Leonardo, played by Johnny Knoxville, the whole time all I saw was Johnny Knoxville, and I didn't really see a character, more saw Johnny Knoxville.
Well, I didn't even know it was played by Johnny Knoxville. So. Who is he again? Which color?
He was the blue guy.
The blue guy. Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
Leonardo.
But I thought the Turtles were okay acted, like they were funny at parts. So the Turtles, they I think they were acted okay. Their banter was amusing sometimes. The human characters, like most movies in Michael Bay films, even though he only produced it, it's still, you can still see his, like, him being there. Yeah, they were terrible, most of them. Megan Fox was there just for people to look at her ass. I
gotta say, with Megan Fox, I gotta disagree. How I was expecting the whole, like, oh, she's always sexy and all that. This one, she more got into the character than others. She wasn't great in the movie, but
she's just a stupid reporter who's always running around in a little high heels with a little camera and trying to go into really dangerous stuff that she shouldn't be doing and having to get saved by the Turtles. And it was just annoying. And another thing about her character, I'm sorry, one of my dislikes, I'm just going to say it right now. It's a kids movie, right? It's very PG, it's meant for kids.
It's PG-13.
It is? Oh. Well, it's meant for kids anyway. Like,
yeah, it is meant for kids.
There is a scene where the main guy who's with her, I forget his name.
Will Arnett?
What?
The camera guy?
Yeah, the camera guy.
Will Arnett. There's
a scene where he is staring at her ass and going, wow, just stay there. But she was like taking pictures, and he's like, wow. And you know what, I'm gonna be honest, I was like, wow, it's pretty nice. But it's a kids movie, it's about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Michael Bay, we don't want that. Just like Transformers with her and Megan Fox and her booty all shaking about. It's great, but I'll watch something else for that.
There's also a scene which I thought the movie was going to turn one way, where the whole time April O'Neil is trying to get information off the Ninja Turtles, like what happened, like the crimes they done. But in the side, she's kind of forced to do these like little kind of half-assed reports about like workouts and stuff. Yeah. And there's a scene where she's
known as cream.
And there's a scene where she's on a trampoline trying to do the new like exercise, and Willow just going up and down, following her boobs.
Yep.
Which I thought that was supposed to be a joke of how she's always used for sex and just that, but in reality, the rest of the movie, she was gonna be like a strong, independent woman who goes out.
Strong, independent black woman.
Well, she was white. A strong, independent woman who like is meant to be there and like really good with the fight, but no, she was just.
I think we're starting to get too much into the sexual.
Yeah. Okay.
Of this. Okay.
What do you like about the movie, Freddie?
There's a couple things I liked about this movie. I like the way their character design, because in the old cartoons they were all indestructible turtles, just with different colors. Felt like each one had a little bit of different like personalization on their shell. Another thing, the fight scenes where the turtles were fighting, I think were like choreographed really well. One scene in particular, Shredder, which is one of the, if you're a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he's the main villain.
The main bad guy.
And he has this big robot samurai suit, and then he's fighting Splinter. And I think that was a really cool scene, like seeing how they put his samurai suit into the modern day with like futuristic stuff, and Splinter like using his tail to whip him around and stuff. That was really cool. So yeah, the fight scenes were good. I like the team, like I said before, their banter. That's it. The 3D was alright. The 3D was good.
You saw in 3D.
Yeah. The best scene was probably the ones that you've seen, besides
in the trailer.
Yeah, my favourite part was the Splinter Shredder scene, but one of the other best scenes was when the Snow Mountain part, when you see him back his shell on the thing. It shows that the action scenes are well done. It's just a shame that the rest of the movie is just so blah.
Yeah.
What did you like about this film?
What I liked about the movie is, well, in the first half, it really counts likes, but in the first half I thought Megan Fox did a better job than I was expecting. I thought she was when she was acting, especially like when she's starting to meet the Turtles, I saw April O'Neil, I didn't see Megan Fox. So in the beginning she did pretty good. Yeah, I thought she did better than I expected. And the Turtles, I like their design as much people wouldn't. I like the design, and there's a couple of scenes where I thought the Turtles were really cool, they were really funny and stuff. And like you said, the snow scene, definitely. Yeah. That was an awesome scene. Yeah. And again, some funny moments were like one scene in the elevator, I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah. And just like tidbits in there. There's some like good things kind of sprinkle around throughout the movie. Some of the dislikes, pretty much what we've been saying this whole time. Characters, awful. Lot of plot holes. Story, it was pretty much, you could see it coming from a mile away. There's the bad businessman, there's and the actor who plays pretty much every other bad businessman ever in any kids action movies. Bad story, bunch of plot holes, terrible acting. Just use Megan Fox as like a sexual image in a lot of the scenes. I thought the person that she's with, the camera guy, they're all flat characters. The musical score's okay, but just average acting. It wasn't great.
It was just a meh movie. The action scenes were good. Kids aren't really gonna notice all this stuff, and I bet kids. Yeah, I bet if I was like 7 or 8 years old, I would've been like, whoa! I gotta ran home, got myself a little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle backpack. But if you bring your kids, sure, do it in the middle of the day so you can get a matinee price.
See that matinee, don't pay for it.
You can have a little nap.
Would you recommend the 3D?
It was good.
I thought the 3D was pretty good.
If you're gonna see this movie, you might as well.
I would say it's nothing worth like oh, you gotta see the 3D showing. But if you see it, it's not terrible.
You don't gotta see this movie in general. Here's the thing about this movie. We're telling you to see it in a matinee because your kids might want to watch it if you have children. But you know what? It's just, you're gonna forget about it. It's just one of those forgettable action movies. If you want to go see it, but I personally, there's a lot better stuff you can watch. Guardians of the Galaxy. That kids could watch that too. This is just okay. You know what? I take it back. I wouldn't recommend this at all.
Say some of your points saying where the kids are gonna love it. The kids are gonna go buy the merchandise. The kids are gonna blah blah blah. There is a show for Ninja Turtles on Nickelodeon. There's already toys out there for that. There's already a fan base for the old ones. We don't need this movie. Actually, I'm sorry. We need this movie, but better. Yeah. Think about it. If you took it was just randomly okay.
Imagine if Christopher Nolan directed this film.
I wouldn't think Christopher Nolan. I would think more like the person who I forget his name, Chris Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, where his kind of humor.
Yeah.
If you had that kind of humor into the Ninja Turtles, I think it would be really good.
Yeah.
One thing though, I gotta say is, coming out of it, you said you liked it better than you expected.
Well, I thought it was going to be downright terrible, but some of the scenes were amusing.
So you expecting this, it was like this.
Yeah.
I was expecting this, it was like this.
You got what you expected.
My dislikes of this movie is the fact. I would say the main thing is I'm gonna consider this Transformers 5, because it was the pretty much same kind of conflict, same kind of thing. Just
same type of
take out the robots, add in turtles. It was.
Yeah.
It was really. I'm sorry, but Michael Bay directed this. I know he's only a producer, but this was a Michael Bay movie. I just find it that the turtles. Again, how there were moments where they were good, there were moments where the turtles were awful. How there were some good moments with the turtles, and then, as someone who hasn't seen the turtles, I don't know the difference between the two. I know there's Leonardo, he's the leader. There's Michelangelo, he's kind of the goofball. There's the other two, I can't remember their names, but there's
the purple one.
The purple one, the nerdy one, the red one.
The rebel.
The rebel? The red one didn't even have a personality.
He was buff.
I feel like this movie is for people who grew up with the Ninja Turtles.
And I think they're going to be disappointed.
Right now, and they would be disappointed. Yeah. There's some people who would love it. Depends on your kind of sense of like what your taste is. But I just find it that this movie, I'm just surprised how, again, Michael Bay, were pretty much, again, like I said, he has a bunch of the responsibility for this movie. I know he didn't direct it, but he had a lot to say. How could it be this is your 5th movie in these kind of franchise, like Transformers in this one, and it's still this awful? How you're not learning, because these are the type of movies that he makes, like, oh, it worked with Transformers. I made $1 billion with Age of Extinction for making the 4th movie again and again and again. Let's do that with Ninja Turtles now, where the same thing is gonna happen. There's already a sequel planned because it made $60 million this weekend, and I don't get it. How if you make a good movie, more people would see it. Guardians of the Galaxy. If that movie was bad, it would not make that much money. But no, it was a good movie, so it's making money. I don't get this logic.
I understand where you're coming from, but this movie was angry.
How would you rate this movie?
Really, 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 really low yellow light.
So a low yellow light.
If you're a kid, if you're an adult, red light. But if you're a kid, I'm saying this, what it was meant to be, kids movie, really yellow light. A 4.5, maybe a 5. If you're a big fan, but it's nothing I'd recommend rushing out to see. Maybe rent it, I don't know, if your kids are desperate to see it. But other than that, Colin, I think you're going to be a little more harsh.
Put it this way, to me, if you walk into a movie just in this state of mind where you're fine, and you're dozing off, that's not a good sign. I didn't go into this movie like, oh, I'm kind of sleepy. I was like, okay, I'm ready to like this movie. Oh, the first part, I'm liking it. Then a part happens, we're like, okay, I'm dozing off. And it's like, oh, okay, it's the end. Like, again, it wasn't like I fell asleep and just woke up. It was just like, notice the part. Like, it's just getting boring and tiring. And I feel like at a certain point, it just meshed into one. And just like, it was like a good a decent story thing, and then just all of a sudden just mess.
What's your rating?
I will get there, Freddie Green. My rating is a red light no matter what. To kids, don't see this movie, see something else, see Guardians of the Galaxy for a second time. And again, adults, red light. If you're a big fan of it, go rent it when it comes out, but don't go see the movie. What'd you give it?
I gave it a 4.5, maybe a 5. The yellow
You know
light.
what, I'll give it it's red light, 4.5 out of 5, because I really think that this kind of movie making and this kind of business for movies should not be encouraged. How, again, the movie wasn't awful, there were good parts, and maybe if I go, this is probably going to be a movie where if I go see it, like on TV, I'll watch, see if I still hate it. But just, find another way to see it, don't pirate it, but like, wait until it's on DVD.
Pirate it.
And just don't go see it, just wait till you're at home.
Oh, thank you for this review.
Yeah.
I'm Freddie Green.
I'm Collin Delayed.
This has been Delayed Till Green.
See you next time.
Stay beautiful.